There are certain moments when us as viewers are so awestruck that no words can describe the absolute masterclass of a performance we just witnessed. And the only thing that can leave our mouths is simply, he got that dog in him. Now to provide an example of one of these moments, I give you Kanye West in 2011. Now I specify Kanye in 2011 so that I don't get chokeslammed by certain communities or Twitter as a whole because of a certain event that happened last year. Because Kanye in 2011 was a whole different beast. Because he decided to commit the one sin more unforgivable than anything he's done up until then. He made a fan base, mostly comprised of white women, upset. Now, I completely understand why people were mad at him. You know, what he did was mad disrespectful, even if he was off the Henny. But you also gotta understand, he was standing up for my queen Beyonce. And, you know, I'm down for that anytime. Have y'all heard Love on Top on the radio in the car with your mom? That shit really gets me going. Makes me want to shake a little something as a grown man. And no other song quite brings out my feminine tendencies like this one does. That's completely on me. I got a little sidetracked. That was besides the point. Kanye in 2011 went into isolation after stealing the mic from Taylor Swift at the 2009 VMAs and saying Beyonce should have won her award instead. This led to him getting cancelled by damn near everyone, including the fucking president, because Obama said this.
The young lady seems like a perfectly nice person. She's getting her award. What's he doing?
Why would he do that?
He's a jackass.
You know, this makes a little bit more sense now. Anyways, you wanna know what Kanye did in response to all this controversy? He dropped what almost everyone unanimously agrees is his greatest album. And not only did he drop his best album, he did it while bragging the most and having the most cockiness he's ever had. Taking shots at everyone, from South Park to SNL. He made everyone who appeared on his album drop the greatest verse of their careers. From Rick Ross giving out prime Biggie ad-libs to Nicki Minaj straight spitting on Monster.
50K for a verse, no album out.
Now listen, that's called motherfucking bars, nigga.
This album was one of his most commercially successful albums and set the bar for 2010s hip-hop as a whole, and was unprecedented since many thought he may never touch the mic again. I know all he could think during this outcome was, simply, I'm him.
Wow, oh my god, it's so cool. It's almost like that's the title and topic of the video and I just said it.
Now to stray away from music, another moment that really gets me thinking about how straight up different someone has to be to pull it off is Napoleon in general. Now hear me out, before you click off this video, Napoleon started off as a minor general, but he got so much street cred from his wins that he ended up becoming the fucking emperor of France. Napoleon was given a disadvantage in almost every single fight he was in, and still somehow won. The only 5 times he lost, he was at a severe disadvantage. His all-time record is 38-5. And to put Napoleon in NBA terms, he was the 2015-16 Golden State Warriors if they didn't have Curry for half the season and still broke the all-time regular season wins record. I don't know how I can put it into a better perspective about just how different he was. Now to be honest, I don't think I need any more rationality on this pick. And in case I did, here's a little photo. This dude took over half of the world in 2 decades. He's him. Now for this section, I'd like to dedicate it to fictional moments that aren't a part of human history, obviously, but still need to be mentioned. And for the first of these, I'd like for us to look at season 1 of Breaking Bad. Now this is long before the infamous I am the one who knocks version of Walter White y'all might be thinking of. No. This is season 1, just hopped on the streets version of Walter, who was dealing with the peak of his cancer and didn't know how to sling meth. Now to set the scene for this, Jesse, Walter's accomplice, got his ass beat days prior by a maniac named Tuco. And when I'm saying he got his ass beat, he got his ass straight laid the fuck out. Like, he just went up to him and was like, hey, Tuco, you think I can deal some meth with you? He said, ah, hell nah. He beat the fuck out of him. He beat the brakes off him. He took his ass straight to Pound Town. He was having a gay old time on him. Like, I had to look away from the screen. That shit was insane. Now I might be overhyping it just a little bit, but it's all so that I can set the scene for what Walter was about to do. Now, me personally, I thought Walter was gonna get on his knees and glaze Tuco to make him deal with him. But nah, Walter said fuck all that. Walter straight up told him, you dealing with me. I don't care. You are not intimidating. Then when Tuco tried to press him, he blew up the whole crack house with a goddamn rock. Like, obviously there's more to it because, you know, he's like a chemist and shit. But in my eyes, he threw a rock on the floor and just blew up the whole crack house. This scene left me speechless and had me straight dumbfounded at the levels of disrespect I just witnessed. This dude got his bag from Tuco and just walked out like nothing happened. Like the building wasn't on fire and just there were just papers and concrete all over the street. Like he walked out like he didn't do a damn thing. Now I'm sure most of you can tell from my profile picture that I like anime, and what I want to talk about now is Ichigo getting his main character status revoked. This dude Ichigo got a whole ass theme song. We've been hearing it the whole series. He has a whole theme song called Number One. Number one. That means he's supposed to be the best, right? Nah. The author of Bleach decided he was gonna be number two just for this one moment. Because Aizen rolled up on the whole Soul side. We thought this dude was in a blunt the whole time. Just for him to pull up at the very end of the arc and have a character who we thought, you know, was like he was on top of the world. He just beat the main antagonist of the arc. Yeah, we thought Ichigo was him. Nah. This dude Aizen was him. He stopped the whole theme song with one finger. He stopped a sword with his finger, and I've never seen someone get humbled so fast. Like, Aizen was him. He was him. There's nothing more you can say. Okay, now I can't include a list of I'm him moments as a basketball fan without talking about LeBron James. And you obviously know what I'm going to talk about. Him leading the Cavs to a 3-1 comeback. Now, I didn't know how big of a widespread disease being a dumbass was until I heard Skip Bayless open his mouth. LeBron led his team in every major statistical category on all-time efficiency while playing exceptional defense, and we still had people saying LeBron wasn't the Finals MVP. He took on the greatest team ever assembled, besides the team that he had to face next year with KD. The greatest regular season team of all time, who up until this point we thought was unstoppable. They just overcame a 3-1 deficit against the Thunder, and we thought they were on top of the world. LeBron took that team out while leading his team in every single way he could. LeBron arguably has the greatest narrative of all time when discussing that ring, and he was undeniably him. He was that guy, pal. There's nothing more you can say. I don't get how people still to this very day will try to argue with you that Kyrie deserved that Finals MVP over him. LeBron was him. There's nothing more you could say. He was him. Finally, the last I'm him moment I want to talk about is you. Go out there and prosper. There's so many ways to live this beautiful thing we call life. Don't confine yourself to one path or direction. Every day there's new possibilities and outcomes to explore. You are you, beautiful and inherently unique. There's so many paths we can take to prosper, so don't ever let failure or rejection define a life that is full of fulfillment that no other person could possibly hope to replicate. Be you unapologetically and never let noise drag you down. Simply rise above it. Just because I love